Did you know that some people are making money on Amazon without writing a single word of a book? No novels, no research, no fancy writing skills, just simple books that sell every single day. And when I first heard about low content books on Amazon KDP, I honestly thought it sounded too good to be true. Journals, planners, puzzle books. But after publishing my first one, I realized how powerful this model really is. In fact, these books don't require any inventory, customer support, or even advanced design skills. Once they're uploaded, Amazon handles the printing, shipping, and payment for you while you earn royalties. So stick around in this video because I'll be showing you exactly how low content books work, what types sell best, and how you can publish your first one step by step, even if you're starting from zero. Hi there, my name is Chris Holhati with SiteHustleAcademy.com, and today I'm going to be talking about making money by publishing low content books. And if you've never heard of these, these are books that have no kind of information in them. They're just things like journals and stuff like that. I'm going to go through the entire process and how all of this works. Now, before we dive in, check out the links below in the description. I'll be mentioning some tools and stuff like that in articles as well in this video, and I will put all those links in the description below, so you can check them out below now or after the video, whenever you choose. Also, I want to put a quick income disclaimer out there and just let everybody know that my results are not typical and your results will vary. So make sure you just know that going in up front, it's all based on your effort and what you put into all of this. All right, let's get started. So what are low content books? Low content books are books with minimal or repetitive interior content like journals, planners, logs, trackers, and puzzle books. So a good example of these word search puzzle books, line journals, daily planners, habit trackers, coloring books. I've seen so many creative options out there these days when it comes to these kinds of low content books, like a fishing log. Someone who might go fishing quite a bit might want to log, say all the different types of fish they catch and their size and everything like that. This could be something that people can create, and maybe you have a new unique spin that you could put on these things, and you can create that, put it on Amazon, and start earning an income from the royalties of that book. So a good example of this is a book that I created, this one right here. This is a farming word search puzzle book that I created. I put this entire thing together in about, I'd say, less than an hour. It took maybe to put this whole entire book together, and not a lot of hard work, but once you get some simple systems in place, guess what? You can create a lot of these books pretty quickly. In fact, I can easily create one a day with less than an hour typically, and throw this entire thing together pretty quickly. So, all right. When I realized that a simple word search book could sell just as well as a 300-page novel, that's when the light bulb went off. You don't have to write for 6 months and create this big novel and then find out, right after that, well, nobody wants this book or it's hard to sell, and then you got to write another book. I was like, that's pretty hard to do. So what's great about this is that doing these kinds of books are really easy to create. You can get them out there fast. You can earn royalties, and it really makes the process simple. So as you see in this video, I'm going to be showing exactly how this process works. So first off, let's get into the pros and cons of publishing low content books. So first off, number one, low barrier to entry. You don't need to be a writer, designer, expert to get started. Many low content books like journals and puzzle books use simple, repeatable layouts. In fact, that's what I do. Anyone can start with zero experience, and you can create these books really quickly, actually. In fact, once you've created the first one, you can literally just copy and paste and just keep making them over and over and over again. It makes it very simple to do. So number two, little to no upfront cost. Platforms like KDP are free to join. You don't have to pay any money or any monthly subscriptions to be a part of Amazon KDP. You can create your books with free tools like Canva, Google Docs, or paid ones like BookBolt, which I'll be talking about a little bit later in this video. Now, why does this matter? It's low risk side hustle with no inventory or printing costs. You don't have to pay anything until the book is actually printed, and even then Amazon just deducts it right out of the royalty cost that you get. And I'm going to show you some examples of that here in just a little bit, how that looks. Number three, print on demand, no fulfillment hassle. Amazon prints and ships the book only after customers order it. So you don't have to go out there and actually print these books yourself. You don't have to stock these books at your house or something and then worry about, oh man, am I going to sell all these? You don't have to do that. So no storage, no shipping, and no customer service. That's probably the best part about this business model. Number 4, scalable over time. Once a book is published, it can sell repeatedly without extra work. Publishing more books increases your chances of consistent income. This is why this business is a quantity-based model. You have to create a bunch of these books, and over time you'll find some winners in there that will continually start to earn you regular income as you build this business. All right, number 5, great for passive or semi-passive income. After you set up, maintenance is minimal. Older books can still earn for months, even years later. So if you're not trading, the best part is you're not trading hours for dollars once your book is live. You don't have to keep maintaining things or anything like that. So that's the best part about all this. And number 6, perfect for niche targeting. You can create books for very specific audiences: teachers, truck drivers, seniors, kids, fans, fitness, all that kind of stuff. And so niches often convert better than general markets. So you don't want to create like the generic, crossword puzzle book, the ultimate crossword puzzle book, because you're probably not going to rank for that very easily, and it's going to be hard to get any sales with that. Instead, you want to focus on more niches, tighten down to some more specific niches, like the farming one I just showed you, a farming crossword puzzle. That's a more specific niche that people will search on Amazon for than just a very generic one. So all right, so here's some cons about publishing low content books. Number 1, high competition. Low content books are popular, meaning many niches are crowded. And there is a way to get around this, though. I'm going to show you that a little bit later in this book, or in this video, and then show you how this is done, how to get away from the generic journals and planners, so you can basically rank for better books that are more niched and will drive in sales for you. All right, number 2, lower profit per book. Most low content books sell between, say, $6 to $10, with royalties roughly paying between $2 to $4 per sale. So you're going to need volume, like I said, and selling multiple books to make a meaningful income out of this. So you can't just expect to print or create one book and this is going to be huge, So you want to create a bunch of these books, and once I show you that process, you'll be amazed how simple it is. So number 3, Amazon can change the rules. This is another big con you should know about. Amazon owns the platform, so KDP policies, categories, and ranking systems can change at any time. You just do not fully control this platform. But I'll be honest, if you are a blogger or you have a YouTube channel, you don't own Google, you don't own YouTube, and even if you did things like that, you could still have problems where you don't own the platform and they can change the rules at any time. So just know that going forward, that Amazon can change the rules if they decide so. Number 4, sales are not instant. Most books won't sell right away. I didn't make sales right away, especially with without keyword optimization or market planning. You're probably not going to get any sales. So you have to do things the correct way. This is not get rich quick. This isn't make millions of dollars next month. This is putting in the work up front and eventually earning some passive income over time. So number 5, quantity still matters. Low content books does not mean low effort. Poor covers, thin interiors, or duplicate content won't sell. So reality check here. Amazon cracks down on low quality and spammy books. So if your book just doesn't look very good, people are going to know it, and people just aren't going to get your book. They're just going to go get somebody else's. All right, number 6, and finally, account risk if done wrong. If you upload duplicate content, copyrighted material, AI generated content without modification, these can get you account banned or suspended. So you must follow KDP guidelines carefully. You must follow these, and there are some very specific, easy ways to do this if you just follow some of the things I talk about. So why Amazon KDP is the perfect business model? Perfect for this business model. Amazon KDP is probably the best platform out there because this platform lets you publish paperback, hardback books for free and earn royalties on every single sale. You do not have to pay to be a part of the platform or anything like that. Plus, when you look at it, there's no upfront costs, no print on demand, cost is print on demand and massive Amazon traffic. So they're all the traffic that Amazon gives you, and then passive income potential that's there. So in fact, Amazon sells roughly 300 million books in the US alone each year. That's just the US. That's not counting any other like Canada, the UK, India, Germany, any of those other places that Amazon is located. So you can definitely sell those books anywhere in the world. And, why not get a piece of those 300 million? Why not get a piece of that pie of that 300 million and make some money? So the question is, how much money can you make with any of these books? So here's Amazon's pricing, royalty, and distribution. This calculator will, when you're pricing your books, this is what the page will look like. So for example, I can price a book at $8.99. I can price it anywhere between $5.80 and $250. $5.80 probably because that's probably making no money, I would say, if you put that in there. But the printing cost is $2.32 to print the book. So meaning, and you get a 50% royalty, so you'll make $2.18 per book. Now they do have some expanded distribution, so other places they market your books, and you'll make a little bit less on those. But I like to have this check. Just hey, I'll take it. If it's going to market my book there, great. I'll definitely take it. But this pays only a 50% distribution or a royalty rate, so you'll make $2.18. But if you bump your price up to $9.99 or more, you'll earn a 60% royalty rate. So what does that look like? Well, if you do $9.99, it's $2.32 for printing. You'll earn a royalty of $3.67. Now, that sounds really good, but just know up front, when you price your book a little higher, it's going to be a little bit tougher to get sales because people are more likely to pay and go jump on the lower price ranges. So, but this is pretty interesting how you can just see how much money you're going to make on each sale. So if you sell 10 books, this could be pretty valuable. So let's get an example of this here. So example one, if you sell 10 books a day at $2.18 at $8.99 a book, 50% royalties like I showed just a couple of slides ago, you could earn just selling 10 books $21.80 a day, $152 a week, $661 a month, or about $8,000 a year. That's life-changing, guys. So that's huge for you. Just creating a handful of books and getting 10 book sales a day will make you right around $8,000. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to make 10 book sales right away. That will take a little bit of time and effort. That's the effort part that you're going to have to put into this. But over time, when you start to make 10 book sales a day, you're looking at about $8,000, close to $8,000 a year, just making this at the time of this recording. So now let's look at what if we would price our book at say $9.99 now. If we would bump our book up to $9.99, get that 60% royalty and get $3.67 per book, that would earn us roughly $36.70 a day, or about $256 a week, $1,113 a month, or about $13,358 a year. I don't know about you, but I could definitely take $13,358 a year anytime. That's life-changing, guys. So definitely just selling 10 books a day, what a deal. So I mean, definitely the opportunity is there. I'm not guaranteeing that this is going to happen for you. You got to put the time in, you got to put the effort in to make this happen, obviously. All right, so best low content book ideas that actually sell. Not all low content books are equal. Some niches sell far better than others. So what are the profitable ones? Number one, niche puzzle books, word searches, Sudoku, and crossword. That's probably the number one right there. That's the one that's really going to make the good money. And why? Because these are harder to create and they are easier. Once they're out there, they do sell. A lot of people like niche puzzle books. But the big thing here is that they're harder to create for most people. They don't know how to create them. But I'm going to show you the tool that I use to create these books. You can also create niche journals, fitness guide journals, gratitude, anxiety budging journals. These kinds of things also do well. Activity books for kids and seniors. These are probably the second best. These coloring books. Why? Because they're harder to create. People don't know how to create them. So probably above the journals. This will be the number 2. Journals will probably be number 3, and then seasonal planners probably a number 4, distant number 4. So obviously those will be the 4 niches I would look at. And then in each one of those you can niche down to very specific things that you want to create that niche puzzle book or journal about. So the question is, how do you find profitable niches on Amazon and create these books? Well, how do you do that? You could use tools like Canva and go out there and create these books. And while that is a valid way to go do that, it's probably not the easiest way, because you got to get, when you create these covers and you create these books, you got to make them look good, but you also got to follow their guidelines, and you don't want them to get done incorrectly. So there's some very specific things you need to do to make these books. So what is the tool that I use? I use a tool called BookBolt. This is a very great tool. It's simple, it's easy to use. I love this tool. And in fact, I'm going to spend a few minutes now just jumping into this particular tool and showing you how I create some of my books and how I've done it with this tool called BookBolt. So let's jump out of this and we'll jump into BookBolt real quick here. All right, here on BookBolt, I'm going to jump in here and just show you when you go to the home page. Now, I do have a link to this below, and if you do sign up, you could get a free trial to try it out, and before you pay any money, just to see how it works. But it helps you do everything that you're going to need. It's got the studio, a BookBolt studio, that helps you create the entire book right here in your dashboard. You don't need multiple tools to do this kind of business. You can just use BookBolt. Best of all, BookBolt is inexpensive. It's not very expensive to get. You can buy it by the month. You can buy it by a year. It helps you also do your market research, so you can find out what books sell, what books are not going to sell probably, or which ones are good niches to get into, or which ones aren't. And then you can even list it with BookBolt, but I don't do that. I specifically just do it myself. I'd rather do that specifically myself. And that's how I do that. Now, just a real quick thing here on pricing. I just want to show this. So if you're somebody who wants to get into this, if you go for a yearly plan, it's $19.99. So $20 a month times 12, whatever that is, $240 a year. If you decide to do that, I recommend the Pro. The newbie is good. It's got a three-day trial, but it does not include the puzzle creation tools and any of that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for that, this is definitely the best option right here for $20 a month. All right, but if you go with the monthly, it's only a little bit more, like $24 a month. So if I were you in the beginning, start with this. Start with the $24. And if you like it and it really starts to work for you, then go ahead and bump up to the annual plan, and that can suffice then. I hate to see you buy the $240 and then find out, well, yeah, I just don't like this. So sign up and get this plan and do it for a month, try it out, or even do the 3-day trial. Try it out, create your first book, put it out there, see what happens. So this is a great book, great tool to help you get that going there. So I'm going to jump into the tool real quick here now and show you just exactly how this tool works and how everything is put together here. So when you get into BookBolt, you're going to get a dashboard that looks like this. Now you can do product searches and search for products and all that stuff and see who's selling how many books and how much. But these are, I think, only internal books that are sold from BookBolt. So I don't really use this part of it very much. The parts I use are this right here. Number one is the keyword research. This is one of my favorite things about this, because I can type in something like, let's just type in word search books. So if I type that in, it's going to word search books, and then we're going to see, let's do a search volume, and we're just going to jump in. So this is a word search golf book right here. So there's 1,011 searches per month for that book, and let's just see what the competition looks like. This little button right there shows the competition. The competition score is an A, which means that the competition is very low. Now it says here only 2 monthly sales, and I take that kind of with a grain of salt. I don't really try to put that out there and think, oh, it's going to be just only 2 sales a month, so I'm not going to make a lot of money with. That's only if they typed in this keyword right here. And there's multiple keywords that somebody might type in to Amazon to find this book. So just know that. And you can go through and then search these books. So for example, I like that keyword, so I could heart it, and then I could put it in my favorites list. And that's one of the things I do like. I got my favorites list. I go to keywords and I can go right here and I can see all these different options. I actually went through and I did a bunch of these. Just started looking at all these different ones. And some of these are really good. But one thing I would say is the niche should probably be an A niche. So like this one's an A. So like if you're going to create one, a Catholic word search book, or let's say on cars word search book, that's an A. So it looks like that would be a good possibility. Let's see, cowboy. Let's see, a cowboy word search book. You wouldn't think that people search for some of these things, but they do. In fact, you can go through all these and see that some of these, they get thousands of searches a month, actually, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me because, there's so many people on Amazon, but you wouldn't think that people would be searching for a cooking word search book, but they are. So just like this one, cooking word search, 2 sales a month, but it's an A, again, huge. So all right, moving on. You can go through some of these other tabs like the movers and the shakers and see, what's really selling. And like for example, I was looking at this one before ago, this goal and micro habit tracker. You can see here like the sales rank is really high, but the sales rank is low, but the book is priced at $16. And look at that. They're probably making some money with this. They've got some ratings and stuff like that. So they're probably selling books. So you can see that, kind of help you get some ideas. These are some evergreens. These are ones that sell, they're evergreen. They sell any time of the year probably. So you go through this to get ideas. There's archives and there's KDP categories. I don't do a lot with these particular sections. The final section where I do a lot with is this section here, and that is the Book Bolt Studio. So when you go into the Book Bolt Studio, you'll get an empty canvas like this. This is where you can go in to create your covers and your actual book itself. And in my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how I create a book from beginning to end. I could do that in this video, but it's already a really long video. It's over 20 minutes long. And I don't want to make you sit here for any longer. So I'm going to cut this video off here after I'm done explaining this last section. But basically, if you want to create a puzzle book and you paid the $24 a month plan, the pro plan, you can go in here and you say, hey, I want to create a book, so let's say we want to have a book with a crossword or a mind finder or one of these like Kikuro standard or word scrambles or missing vowels. You could create any of these, a hangman. There's so many different options of puzzles. So the one I typically do is this word search standard. That's probably one of my most favorite ones, but they got so many different puzzles that you can go in here create. You want to create a monthly to-do list, home to-dos, career plan, office organizers. Look at this, body measurement tracking, body progress tracker, cocktail journal. Let's see, scuba diving journal. Look at this. This is insane what this is. What you can create with this program. So fishing logbook. You want a fishing logbook? You could create a simple fishing logbook by putting this in there. I'm putting it on all the pages. It's pretty simple to do, and I'll show you that in my next video actually. So let's see, plants and lawn care. So many different things in here. Flight information, dream journal, gratitude journal, guest list for your wedding. Let's see, what is this? Daily fitness sheet, 30-day fitness challenge, garden planting task, garden planting weekly, notes, prayer list, school timeline, shopping list, simple weight trackers, to-do list, house hunting checklist. I would have never thought of creating a house hunting checklist, but this is pretty cool. This is neat stuff that you could create. I'm personally, I've never created a house hunting checklist. I've done mostly puzzle books, so the opportunities here, guys, are huge. So many opportunities here to create any of these books. And overall, this is probably the best part about the whole tool is that you can do the research and create the entire book right inside. So if you'd like to check out Book Bolt, get that free 3-day trial, go to my link below in the description and go ahead and click on that and sign up for that free 3-day trial. And then if you love it, sign up for a month and try it out, because I'm telling you, this could change your life if you're willing to just take a little bit of action and put something out there. So hope this has been helpful, guys. And in my next video, I'm going to actually be creating an entire book from beginning to scratch, showing you exactly the entire process, how this works. And then from there, I'll load it up to Amazon KDP and show you that process as well as I create that and put that book together and list it on Amazon. So if you found this video helpful, definitely do a like and a share, and then subscribe so you can check out the next video, which will be coming out here shortly. So till then, check you out in the next video.